Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are in this world. I'm DJ Unification, also known as Double Dragon 912. And today, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? Y'all favorite part. News Fridays is finally back. Gameplay footage you see in the background, like I said, and say, I don't know yet. I like to surprise you and surprise me. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we had a couple of news stories for you guys and girls this week. Not too much. I'm not going to try to hold you too long. I try not to be as long-winded as I've been in the past. And try to knock these news stories out and get to the point. And so y'all get on about your very glorious day. I hope y'all been having a blessed day and a blessed week. I have. I can't complain. I'm still standing up here talking to y'all. So that's the best from the good Lord above. Speaking of that, I want to let y'all guys and girls know Jesus Christ love y'all. God sent his son Jesus Christ to die for our sins. Y'all get to know it. If I, the sinful man that I am, can find Jesus, y'all can too. It ain't that hard. Get to know it. Don't listen to these different folks talking about something you got to do this, that, and the third. No. You ain't got to go to church to know Jesus Christ. His church is in you. Just get to know him. Talk to him. While I'm standing up here talking to you, you can talk to Jesus. He's always listening. You don't need no run coordinator. You don't need no hotline. You ain't got to wait in no Insta queue. None of that stuff. Talk to him whenever you get ready. He your best friend. Always got your back. He listens. He stay listening to a sinner like me. If he can listen to me, he can listen to y'all. And he'll help y'all. I promise you. I wouldn't be sitting up here talking to you. Well, for Jesus Christ. That being said, let's get into my first news story for today, ladies and gentlemen. Now, ladies and gentlemen, first thing I want to talk about today on this here News Friday. Yeah, let's see. Sony faces class action in the Netherlands over allegedly inflated PlayStation Store prices. Wow. Now, here we go. The Mass Damage and Customer Foundation in the Netherlands has filed a class action lawsuit against Sony. The lawsuit accuses Sony of artificially inflating PlayStation Store prices by exploiting its dominant position in the digital game sales market. Let's see. The foundation claims digital games of PlayStation Store are often more expensive than physical versions. Despite lower distribution costs, a practice they call the Sony tax. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, Sony. Not only are y'all taking away our rights away from us by doing this digital media. Don't get me wrong. I always say this. I try to get this point across. I have no problem with digital media. Look on my PlayStation 5 right now. I got a whole pile of digital games. Even on my PS4, although I don't hook it up no more because all your PS4 games work on your PS5. And my Steam library, huge, but digital games. Waiting for some digital games to come out now. What is it? Detained too good for school, waiting on that, and a couple more. That's, Steam only. Love me some digital game. All I am saying is you gotta buy physical media you gotta keep physical media alive only to have a right. I know a lot of y'all like, well, look, just play the game. I ain't got time for no rights. I don't care about all that. That's why I buy stuff like this, ladies and gentlemen. If they can't come in my house and take this away from me, this is mine. Sony can't take it. And I don't need the internet to play that game. And by the way, if y'all want to see if a game actually worked without it being hooked up to the internet, go to Google this, doesitplay.com. Shout out to them, because they will tell you exactly all the games they're going to play without an internet connection. Because Nintendo Switch 2 is fooling a lot of folks. They thinking they buying a physical game, but they really ain't. They buying just a key card, and the key card is just it's like this piece of paper. That's all it is, and you can't do nothing with it. without the internet. And they're fooling a lot of people with that. I'm here to spread the news. I'm just a messenger. Don't get mad at me. I'm just spreading the news. Well, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, apparently Sony's inflating digital prices, making digital games over there in the Netherlands higher than the physical ones, which is ridiculous. And you know, if y'all did not know, gamers out there, digital games, it doesn't cost Sony and them nothing to put that digital game out there. You know, with physical media, it costs them some type of a fee to, you know, to make sure it's packaged right and all that type of stuff. You know, that's why they took away when you see your physical media, you don't have instruction manuals like you used to no more. Only time you really get the instruction manual when you get those deluxe games, which cost you $80+, which, you know, I pay for every now and then when I want to get some game I really want. But that's neither here nor there. It costs them a little bit of chunk of change to do physical media, but when it comes to digital media and they own the storefront, it don't cost Sony nothing. And they got the audacity, the unmitigated gall to, this ain't the first time this happened to Sony before either. If y'all watch my News Friday, which I appreciate y'all that do, I talk about it. A lot of times Sony been getting sued by a lot of these different countries and companies out there because they overprice on digital games. Now, don't get me wrong, I'll be honest with you. All the digital sales I get over here in good old US of A, I get on sale. Like, I can't tell you how many games I bought off of sale. I can't tell you the last time I bought a game at retail. Most of these games you see here, they don't be retail price like this. But this one is because it went for $30. But most time I get these games, I'm a sale buyer. I ain't got time to pay all that money for these games. What I do is wait for a sale, then I get it. If I really want it, I gonna get it. That's what I do. I don't get day one prices. Except unless Square Enix, I don't get them at all. And the only time I get a Square Enix game is when it's used. But that's neither here nor there. My bad. We ain't bashing Square Enix today. I gotta tone that down a little bit. Not really know how to tone it down, but I ain't gonna mess with Square Enix today. Besides that little bad jab I got right quick there. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, another lawsuit against Sony. I guess Sony gonna keep getting these lawsuits until they change their ways, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, everything I talk about, click the link in the description. Read about it down in the description, ladies and gentlemen. I back up everything I say with news articles. I just don't be talking outside my neck. Just letting y'all know. Let's keep moving. Moving right along. Moving right along. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's move on to the next news story. Sorry, Nintendo Switch 2 fans, got some more bad news for you. This is from GameSpot. GameSpot, yeah. It said, don't put this cartridge in your Nintendo Switch 2 or it will be banned from online. Wow, listen. Nintendo is taking a strict game stride against third-party cartridges, even if players aren't using it for piracy. Let's see. The Switch 2 has even been out for a month yet, but Nintendo is already taking strong measures to make sure pirates can't use the company's new console Switch 2. Owners are sharing stories online that their systems have been banned after using a third-party cartridge that some players have reportedly used for illegal ROMs. As reported by The Verge, Nintendo has been targeting systems that have used a MIG Switch cartridge, which can store ROMs that were either illegally obtained or downloaded from players' personal libraries. Nintendo doesn't appear to have drawn a distinction about how the ROMs ended up in players' hands. If Nintendo detects the MIG Switch in people's consoles in question, they are banned from getting online with a Nintendo Switch 2 forever. Wow. Man, Man, I'm telling y'all, ladies and gentlemen, Nintendo ain't playing, ladies and gentlemen. They in these streets, ladies and gentlemen. They want it all. They don't even care if you bought those games legally and downloaded them some type of way and trying to store them on the wrong thing. They don't care. Nintendo going for your head, ladies and gentlemen. Pirates out there. Y'all ain't leave Nintendo alone. Nintendo, boy, they got these lawyers in the street. They out for your head, cuz Nintendo ain't playing with you. That's why, really and truly, I got a Switch, not a Switch 2. I ain't wasting no money on that. But I got me a Switch 1, and the only time I ever will upload anything on my YouTube channel concerning Nintendo is gonna be at one of their actual games, and it's gonna be something I done bought and paid for. And yeah, Nintendo crazy, man. They sue crazy. They out for blood. I'm here to warn y'all. That's why I ain't made this article, but I'm reading this article to you guys and girls. Leave Nintendo alone, but they crazy. They out there, they gunning for you. Any type of pirates, even if you ain't trying to be no pirate, if you try to back up your games on legal wrongs, Nintendo coming after your head, cuz I'm telling you, don't play with Nintendo right now. They mad, they angry, they upset, they want it all. They want all the money. They don't want nobody to get nothing but Nintendo. That's how they is, man. They arcade like that. I think that's probably one of the reasons why I fell out of love with Nintendo. Be honest with you, guys and girls, the last great Nintendo console, in my opinion, that I really fully invested in was the Super Nintendo. After Super Nintendo, I fell out of love with Nintendo. I didn't get a GameCube. I didn't get a 64. I always went over my own boy's house to play the 64. And GameCube, I went over somebody's house to play the GameCube. And I didn't get a Wii. Well, I did get a Wii later on. So I wanted to play, Mario Kart World. But it was an afterthought. I didn't get a Wii U, and I got me a Switch because, there's a whole bunch of exclusive, excuse me, on the Switch that I wanted to play, like the Bayonetta 2, Bayonetta 3. There's a couple of more Nintendo Switch exclusive games that I really wanted to play. And, I had the money to get it, so I went and got it. But for the most part, I ain't been a loyal Nintendo customer in a while. Super Nintendo was my last hoorah with Nintendo. I know there's a lot of big Nintendo fans out there. I know it. And I hate to say this, but I don't hate this. I'm telling the truth. Y'all can't let keeping Nintendo trick y'all like that. They be tricking the crap out of y'all. They get y'all to buy anything. Sony be getting me too like that. I need help too, because I bought that PS5. Really the reason I bought that PS5 because I wanted to bless myself with something. But Sony ain't got too much. They tread on thin line with me too. I don't give Sony too much leeway. See, I just got through talking about them in the news article. Shoot, is PlayStation 6 come out, which they probably gonna do this. This sound like Sony. If PlayStation 6 come out, which is gonna come out probably either next year or 2027, somewhere in there, and they don't have physical media, I won't be buying that, y'all. I'll be a PC, a Nintendo Switch 1, and PS5 owner and supporter. Anything that come out in the so-called next gen, I won't be getting. I just get it on PC. I'm being honest with you guys and girls. We got to start holding these companies accountable for their actions, ladies and gentlemen. Can't just keep buying this, buying that over and over again and keeping these companies in business. If they realize they can screw you, they're going to keep screwing you. That's why I talk about this stuff. It ain't just me. Other YouTubers talk about it too. We try to help y'all. I try to help y'all, help myself. We need help. All of us do. Just saying, ladies and gentlemen. If you got, if you're a Nintendo owner and you got any illegal wrongs with this thing I'm just talking about, don't do it, because they're going to get you. Click the link in the description. I back up everything I'm saying with news articles. Now, let's keep moving. Moving right along. Moving right along. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about this. Here we go. Sega mistakenly reveals sales numbers for Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, Persona 3 Reload, and Shin Megami Tensei 5, and more. Wow, here we go. Persona 5 Royal sales top 7.25 million copies. That's pretty good. Here we go. Try to read some of this to you guys and girls if I can. Let's see. Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth was 1.66 million. Like a Dragon Gaiden and the man who erased his name, I just picked that game up too, was 960,000. Persona 3 Reloaded was million. Sonic Superstars is 2.43 million. Sonic Frontiers was 4.57 million. Total War Warhammer was 2.34 million. Shin Megami Tensei 5, including Shin Megami Tensei Nocturne and Vengeance together, was 2.11 million. And what we got? Yakuza Like a Dragon, 2.86 million. Persona 5 The Royal, including the remaster version, all that, 7.25 million. Pretty good. Team Sonic Racing was 3.5 million, and Total War Three Kingdoms was 3.21 million. Solar Fire Royal includes the sales units of remastered versions released in fiscal year 2023 3 March 2023. Gotcha. Shin Megami Tensei 5 also includes units sold of Shin Megami Tensei 5 Vengeance released fiscal year March 2025. There you go, ladies. Now, I guess Sega wanted to keep this on the wraps. I don't know why, Sega. That's pretty good sales number for me. Now keep in mind now, I'm just a YouTuber. I don't know. Anytime I see something in the million, I think that's money. So I see why Sega stays steady making these Like a Dragon games and these Yakuza games, because they need the revenue. I wish they'd take a break on it sometime, but I see why they keep making one every year, because they need the money and need the revenue to say keep floating. Me personally, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not for monopolies, but if I was Sony back in the day, I would have bought Atlas. I would have bought Atlas, and if I had enough money, I would have bought Sega. But, you know, to each his own. I guess it's better for it to be a third party company than a first party company. But me personally, if I'm in the console business or video game business, I would have bought Sega and Atlas a long time ago. But to me, ladies and gentlemen, this is good news. They let you know that your games that you're buying are selling, and the more and more they sell, the more and more sequels we're gonna get. But hopefully, they'll sell more so we can get more sequels. I just don't want them to spit them out every 5 seconds, you know what I'm saying? Because the more they spit them out faster and faster, in my opinion, that's less of the quality that the game is. That's just my opinion. But like I said, everything I talk about, put it in the description. Y'all can read for it for yourselves. It comes from Jimitsu.com. Let's keep moving. Moving right along. Moving right along. Here we go. That brings you to my last news story for today, ladies and gentlemen. Let's talk. Persona 5 Revival, also known as Persona 4, not Persona 5 Revival, tripping. Persona 4 Revival, also known as Persona 4 Remake, and Stranger Than Heaven is due out April 1st, 2026. Wow, 2025 release not on the cards. Here we go. Atlas Persona 4 Revival and Ryugon, what I just said, Stranger Than Heaven, will launch in or after fiscal year 2027, which runs between April 1st, 2026 or March 31st, 2027, according to Sega Sammy Management Meeting 2025 representation. So basically, ladies and gentlemen, that's why they really couldn't show you nothing at the Xbox Game Pass, Game Press Conference, whatever they is, because they ain't done making it yet. That game won't be out till at the very earliest March of next year. So we gotta wait a little bit longer on that, ladies and gentlemen. All I ask, Sega, Atlas, when you make the Persona 4 remake, don't try to make it no action-based game. Don't do all that. If it ain't broke, don't try to fix it. Keep it turn-based. Do like you did Persona 3 Reloaded. Great game. I ain't played it yet. I know how can you say it's a great game, you ain't played it yet. I seen the gameplay footage. That's all I need to see. It's turn-based. My only gripes about Persona 3 Reload is basically Persona 3 FES. And Persona, if you didn't know, you played Persona 3 FES back in the day on PS2. It's got the most depressing ending ever. I didn't make a top 10 most depressing games of all time. That will be in there. Persona 3. That's a very, very depressing game. If you're going through some things, ladies and gentlemen, I repeat, you hear this from Double Dragon 912. Do not, I repeat, do not play any Persona 3 iteration. Don't play Persona 3. Don't play Persona 3 Reloaded. Don't play Persona 3 FES. Don't play Persona 3, what is the other one? I forgot the one where you play with the boy and the girl. Don't play any of those Persona 3 games, because they are depressing. There ain't no happy ending there. Trust me on this. Y'all know I know my RPGs. I play a lot of them. I ain't played much as a lot of you guys. I ain't nowhere near as a lot of you guys down there. Keep the RPGs alive. But I repeat, I stress this. Do not, I repeat, do not play Persona 3 if you are depressed or you dealing with depression. Leave that game alone. If you're gonna play a Persona game, play Persona 4 or any iteration of Persona 4. Play Persona 5. Any iteration of Persona 5. I can't speak on 1 and 2 because I ain't played them yet. But 4 and 5, you good. You golden. Persona 4 golden. That name drop. Yeah, play those. Don't play Persona 3 if you're going through depression. Leave that game alone. Just read about it. Let somebody tell you about it. Trust me on this. I wouldn't steer you wrong. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that about wraps it up, ladies and gentlemen, for this rendition of News Fridays. Y'all leave comments below, ladies and gentlemen, what you guys girls think about Persona 5 Revival / remake not coming out until at least March of 2026. Are y'all upset about that, or do y'all like, well, we cool, let them take their time on it? Let me know about that down in the comment section. Tell me what you guys girls think about Sega accidentally revealing their finance numbers about Lack of Dragon, how much it sold. Do y'all think it should have sold more of these games, or y'all seem like that's just about alright when the game's selling? Let me know what y'all guys girls think about that down in the comment section. Tell me what you guys girls think about this cartridge that can ban you from Nintendo Switch online services forever. And y'all heard about this cartridge? Let me know about that down in the comment section. And last but not least, tell me what you guys girls think about Sony getting sued again over hijacking the prices of the PlayStation Store in the Netherlands. My Netherlands brothers and sisters, let me know about all this stuff I'm talking about down there in the comment section. Thank you guys girls so much for watching. Stay tuned for more great videos like this on the way. Double Dragon 912 signing out. Peace out.